Hey guys, this is Ms.A, and in this video lesson, we are going to work on answering context clue questions. All right, so we know that using context clues is one of the best strategies for when you encounter a word you don't know in a passage and you don't have access to a dictionary or you're not able to look up the word in some other way. So when we use context clues, the first thing we want to do is we want to look for specific clues in the sentence and within the passage that will support our answer. It doesn't have to be a clue that's within the exact same sentence that the word is located in. It could be the sentence before, the sentence after. It could also be the culmination or the total of everything that you already know about the passage. So look back in the passage, find the specific sentence in its original context. Make sure you read around that sentence so you know exactly what part of the story or the article that sentence is occurring in. What's the gist of what the author is telling you about within that section. See if you can find any additional story clues or text clues that can help you guess the meaning. You also want to use your prior knowledge of the word and or the situation that's being described in the sentence to help you guess the word. So if the sentence is describing somebody in the middle of a fight, what do you know about fights? What do you know about the way people feel when they're fighting, the types of things that they would do when they're fighting? That could help you figure out the word. And then use the prediction and elimination strategy for multiple choice questions that can help you find the answer. All right, so let's look at some sample questions. First one, read the sentence from the passage. Curtis said the pigs got the point within minutes, learning at a rate as fast as chimpanzees. Now read the dictionary entry below. Rate is a noun. First definition is the distance traveled per unit of time. Second definition is cost per unit. 3 is a charge or a payment. And 4 is the speed of progress or change. Which definition is closest to the meaning of rate as it is used in the sentence above? All right, so this is the type of question that they're going to use with multiple meaning words. And you really just need to use the context of the passage and eliminate the definitions that are not being applied in this context. The pigs are learning at a blank as fast as chimpanzees. Are they learning at a distance as fast? No, that doesn't make sense. You don't learn at a distance. You don't learn at a cost. It doesn't cost you to learn. A charge or payment. They're learning at a charge or a payment. No, that doesn't make any sense. And so here, the speed of progress or change. So they're learning at a particular speed. That's the best definition. So here you can see I use context clues, I use logic, I use prior knowledge, and I use process of elimination to eliminate all my other answer choices. Okay, read these lines from the poem. My mother Maya, eldest daughter of Atlas, gave birth to me in a remote mountain cave. All right, so again, we have a dictionary entry. We're doing the same thing as before. We're going to use process of elimination based on the context clues. Remote is an adjective. It could mean slight. It could mean distant in manner, aloof, distant in time, long ago, or far away and secluded. All right. So if you are describing a mountain cave as being remote, would you be describing it as slight? I'm not 100% sure what slight means, so I'm not going to eliminate it yet. Would it be distant in manner or aloof? Well, when I think about someone's manners, this is where I'm going to use prior knowledge. I think about your behavior. So would you describe a mountain cave in terms of behavior? No, doesn't make sense. Distant in time, long ago. Do you describe a location as being something that was a long time ago? No, that doesn't make sense. You talk about periods of time being a long time ago, not an actual location. Here we have the meaning far away or secluded. Could you describe a mountain cave as being far away? Yeah, that seems to make the most sense. So even though I don't know what slight means, this seems like it's the best answer choice. So I'm going to go with definition 4. All right, question 18. Read this sentence from the story. Both Tiger and Zebra, who had filed a joint petition, argued that stripes would provide them with extra camouflage for escaping detection. In the sentence, the word filed means. All right, so I'm going to use my standard context clue strategy here. I'm going to delete the word from the sentence, make it a blank, and I'm going to see if I could fill it in with one of these answer choices and see if that makes sense. Both Tiger and Zebra, who had blanked a joint petition, submitted a legal document, maybe. Seems like it. Marched in a single line. Who had marched in a single line? No, that doesn't make sense. Put papers in order. Who had put papers in order, a joint petition? Maybe. Rubbed to make smooth. They had rubbed to make smooth a joint petition. All right, well, I know that petitions are things that people sign. This is where I'm using prior knowledge. You sign a petition, and then you submit those papers. You try to get somebody to do what the petition's about or to make changes. So it's either going to be C or A. Which one makes more sense? When I sign a petition, am I just putting the papers in order or am I submitting the document? Well, you take a petition and you give it to somebody. So I'm going to choose A as being the peanut butter cup answer. Okay, read this sentence from the story. Snake must have passed the word throughout the kingdom. All right, again, we've got a dictionary definition. Snake must have passed the word. Pass is a verb, to move through or by a place. Did he move through the word? What does that even really mean? You're passing the word. What's your word? Well, I know words are either written down or they're spoken. Is he moving through spoken words or moving through a written document? Doesn't really make sense. To have time go by, usually in a slow, gradual way. Is your word passing time? No, that doesn't make sense. To get ahead of someone as in a race? No, because again, we're talking about somebody's words, which you either speak or write down, so it's not a race. To spread from one person or place to another. Snake must have passed the word throughout the kingdom. If it's going throughout the kingdom, is it passing from one person or place to another? Yeah, that definitely seems to be the definition. This was tempting. Answer choice 1, if I think back on it, your word could be moving through the place. But it seems like if it's going throughout the kingdom and it's your words that are passing. Definition 4 is definitely the peanut butter cup choice. Okay, read this sentence from the article. Needless to say, people scoffed at the idea. Okay, scoff. I don't know what it means. People supported the idea. Well, when I hear the word scoff, there's not a lot of context clues in this sentence. My best strategy would really be to go back into the article and read around it and see exactly what the people are doing after they scoff at the idea. But when I hear the word scoffed, the one thing I can do if I don't have the original is I can think about whether it's a positive sounding word or a negative sounding word. If I'm scoffing at something, it kind of sounds negative to me. And supporting is a positive word. So I'm going to eliminate that. Are they trembling at the idea? Trembling is negative. Laughing, if you're laughing at an idea, that's negative. If you're jumping at an idea, that doesn't really seem to make sense. Who jumps at an idea? It's either going to be trembled or laugh. So I was able to use process of elimination, and I was able to break it down to just 2 choices, which means I have a 50% chance of getting this question correct. And now I'm going to guarantee I get it correct by going back into the paragraph and finding the entire context, because this sentence alone is not enough. Now, when I go back into it, I know that if you're scoffing at something, you're laughing at it. That's what the people were doing. All right, final. Read this sentence from the article. The best part is that you don't need to make any drastic changes in your everyday life to help. All right, so this is a word being used to describe the type of changes that people are making. What kind of changes, prior knowledge, can people make in their life? They can make small changes, they can make big changes. They can make positive changes or they can make negative changes. Minor would be a little change. This could work. Severe, can you make severe or really extreme changes? Yes, this could work too. Can you make awkward changes? You could, but it's not the best fit. People don't usually describe changes in their lives as awkward. It's not the best adjective. Could you make numerous changes? Yeah, you really could. So just from these answer choices and from the little bit of context clues within the sentence, this is another type of question where I have to go back into the passage. Now I can also look and see if I can use word knowledge to break apart what this word might mean. The word drastic reminds me of the word drama. And when something is filled with a lot of drama, I know that there's a lot going on, a lot of fighting, a lot of yelling. And so when I think about drastic, when I think about minor, I think about drama. Drama is not little, drama is really big. Numerous or severe are going to be my two best choices. One of them is going to be chocolate bar, one's going to be peanut butter cup. I'm going to go back into the passage. When I go back into the passage, I see that the drastic changes are very severe changes. And this was my best answer choice. All right, so if you'd like to practice some more context clue passages, please go into the Google Drive folder. Within the student resource folder and then go into the test prep folder, you're going to find the context clue folder. And there are some passages that focus just on context clue multiple choice questions like the ones I just modeled for you.